It was a crazy morning, I'll tell you. I woke up and I had this sudden urge, but I couldn't tell which one. Either play my favorite game Sonic Unleashed or get absolutely smacked around and tortured until my balls shriveled up and flew away. That got me thinking, why not do both at the same time? Thus the question of today's video. Can you beat Sonic Unleashed without jumping? No. Come on, let's be real. When have we ever completed a challenge here on the channel? To kick things off, I'll lay down some ground rules. Obviously, no jumping. This includes wall jumps, pole jumps, ledge jumps, etc. I'll also not be using any major glitches because most of those require jumping, and I want this challenge to be easily accessible for you guys watching to try yourselves. I will, however, use the phase glitch with the Werehog when needed because it's easy to perform, and I switched the homing attack to be on X instead of A. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting out in Windmill Isle Act 1, there isn't much to worry about here. It's a straight shot in this beginning section, so no jumping is required. However, once we make it to this section, this is where we encounter our first step. Something that immediately sets us apart from Generations is the fact we can lightspeed dash any trail of rings. Here you'll want to carefully line yourself up with the trail and you'll be boosted up. However, this also presents our first problem in the next section. You want to fall down to the bottom and lightspeed dash up the rings and get to the spring. But the lightspeed dash is more picky than me when it comes to eating my vegetables like a good boy. It is pure luck if the lightspeed dash works the way you want it to, and sadly we have to rely on that luck for many portions of this challenge. Amazingly though, we do manage to make it past and slide into these robots' DMs. Make sure to do another lightspeed dash to homing attack the enemies, and after that it's a straight shot to the end of the level, on to the next one. I actually don't have a lot to talk about with Act 2 for most of this level. After defeating these enemies, do another lightspeed dash to get over the stairs. For a good portion of this level, you're just able to hold boost and go. Anyways, once you reach this section, make sure that you stomp exactly this point. It's okay if you stomp later, you can always go back, but if you do it too early, you'll get soft locked in that bottom section. Do some more running for a bit before getting to this section. You can light dash over to the stairs, but it's really unreliable, so instead I boost off this ledge so I can homing attack onto the robots instead. After completing the upcoming 2D section, this is unfortunately where the level ends. The rings are just barely out of reach for us to lightspeed dash into, and I was not able to finesse my way through the spikes. Sadly, even if I was to get past this part, there would be a stair at the very end of the stage right after, so this is where the level ends. And this is where the pain begins. For the Werehog sections, I have a mod installed like a Werehog. It doesn't affect the challenge in any way, it just makes things a little more interesting regarding the combat and speed of the Werehog. Also, since we can't jump, we will be utilizing the combo XXA on the ground as well as the aerial version a lot, as this will be our main source of height and distance. At the beginning of the stage, clap all these enemies' cheeks and use the combo to get over the ledge. Do some more smacking around before doing it again to get over the next ledge. After some more slapping, this is gonna be a common theme, isn't it? Do the combo to get up the ledge and do it again to get on the platform. After that, just kidding. Just fall off the platform to land. For poles, all you have to do is let go and grab the ledge. Do some more smacking around, do a quick puzzle, and then you reach this part. This ledge is really finicky to get up. Make sure you do the aerial combo at the absolute peak of the height combo, otherwise you will not make it. Sadly, this is where the level ends because you can't jump out of this ledge or drop and grab the higher one, which is a shame because this is right near the end of the level, so on to the next one. Next up is... Wait, Sonic, wait, hold on a second! Woo! For the 2D section, you can't jump out of the pole, so after taking the spring, pull back on the controller so you don't lock on the pole and then hold forward. Boost over the gap to reach the pulley, and immediately after, do an air dash to cross the gaps. Do some more running for a bit before reaching this gap. Don't go on the upper path or you'll be soft locked on the poles. After going through the 2D section, this is where the level ends. I tried for so long to try and homing attack this enemy. I tried going on the rail with little speed and doing it that way, or trying to optimize my movements with the spring, but to no avail. It might be possible if you get lucky enough, but I wasn't able to. If you want to try it yourself and you get it, let me know down in the comments. At the start of this level, I avoid all those enemies and head straight for the box. Luckily, these enemies are very peaceful despite the fact that I've murdered thousands of their brethren by now, so no need to worry about it. After that, do the height combo to skip the lever sequence, as it's the only way to get up there. It takes a little bit of trial and error, but eventually you can make it past. Holy shit, look at him headbang! Once the next room is cleared out from enemies, we reach this room. First thing you want to do is use the height combo to get onto the sledge. You just barely have enough room to walk along it until you reach the side where you can grab onto the ledge. This part is interesting because you can't jump off the railing, so we have to get a little creative. And by creative, I mean use the same two combos again to clear the gap. Unfortunately, this is where the level ends because we cannot jump out of these handles to reach the higher platform, so on to the next level. Best level in the game. I sure hope I can make it far in this. Starting on a rooftop run night, we begin by clearing out the room only to once again find our cheeks bent over and spanked as we cannot clear the height without using the handle. Well, rooftop run was kind of a dud. Let's see what Cool Edge has to offer. The beginning section has nothing to worry about as it's only a straight line and you can easily dodge the spikes without jumping. After reaching the 2D section, use the light dash to clear the distance needed to get to the other side. It doesn't matter if you take the long way or the shortcut because both of them converge on the same spot, and once again we get our balls slapped around by this challenge, unfortunately not letting us progress as we cannot get enough distance to reach the button, thus ending the level. Man, this beginning part sucks. Starting out, I choose to ignore all the enemies and go straight for the platforms. Since I can't jump, I have to meticulously use the combo on these ice platforms, but I also have to be careful not to overshoot, so I have to pull back on the aerial combo after crossing the distance. I also have to be careful of the ice physics, so yeah, if you're not careful, this section can really suck. After clearing out the enemies, unfortunately, after all of that, the level is impossible. While we can make it up to the platform, we don't get enough distance to clear the gap. Unless there's a move that'll reset my hitbox and allow me to grab the ledge, I don't think it's possible, but you can let me know down in the comments if I missed something. In the beginning section, make sure you take the shortcut, otherwise there will be a lovely set of stairs waiting for you. After completing the quick time event, slow down and walk along the edge of this platform to get to the pulley to homing attack. If you fall, you'll be soft locked and will have to restart. The 2D section is really easy, you can just blow through it like normal. However, the run ends after reaching the 3D section with the spinning platforms. Sadly, there is nothing to light dash on, so that is the end of the level. This night level made me want to break into someone's house and pour the milk first before their cereal. Most of the beginning is relatively easy, just run past all the enemies. However, the true pain comes at this part. I tried for 20 minutes doing this combo to try and clear the gap, but it looks like there's an invisible barrier on the top, not letting me go the full distance. Unfortunately, it gives Sonic the worst wet willy possible, thus making me cry myself to sleep. Things start to pick up in Shamar as we speed through this beginning section without any worries of needing to jump. After completing the quick time event, we continue on our merry way before being forced to do a wall jump. Since we cannot perform such a crime, we have to slide down to our deaths, ending the level. This level doesn't really get interesting until around halfway through. I spend a lot of time clearing out hordes of enemies which don't require jumping, but after that, in order to skip the 4 light puzzles, I managed to do the phase glitch on the door first try. This part is a little tricky. You want to do the height and aerial combo while hugging the corner of this rock, so you have a little bit of height going in so you can make it past the ledge. Make sure you do the aerial move at the peak of your combo, otherwise you'll never make it over. This is where it gets really interesting. So after clearing the room, I try to use the box to do the signature combo. Obviously there's no room because I just slide off the box trying to do so, but then I attempted to do it on the wall, and for some reason, it allowed me to get some crazy height on the slope by chaining a few aerial moves, which let me grab the handle. Sadly, I can't jump out of it, but this gave me an idea. The ledge on the left-hand side is slightly lower than the ones on the middle and the right sides. By performing a specific combo in conjunction with the spinning needle attack, we're able to just barely graze over the top of the platform, allowing us to face the mini-boss and finish the level. The beginning part is really easy. Make sure you go left and take the shortcut, or, you know, you could just do this instead. I mean, that's fine too, I guess. After going through the quick step section, we come to the most frustrating part of this run. This building is surrounded by all sides with a ledge that we cannot trip over. The only way off is by using a light dash on this trail of rings. The only way is to somehow light dash from the side of the rings, allowing us to get launched over the side of this building and homing attack the enemies. But it doesn't stop there, oh no. After clearing that part, you have to do it again on this pipe, but don't mess up or you'll die and have to do the whole thing again. After making it through most of the 2D section relatively easily, we make it to this part. The only way to do the quick time event is to smash through these windows to make it to the ledge. Unfortunately, I tried for over 15 minutes attempting this with no progress. It might be possible if you stomp at the perfect angle and then homing attack off the ledge to make it through, but I haven't been able to get it. It might theoretically be possible, and if it is, the rest of the level would be possible, so we'll count this level as a maybe. The beginning of this stage is
such a pain.
After skipping the enemies, you have to shimmy on these poles all the way to the top, let go, and grab the next one. It definitely helps if you're already holding the grab button after letting go, but still, if you mess up once, it's back to the beginning. And sadly, after shimmying across this ledge, this is where the level ends. We need to scale the building to get across, but we cannot jump out of the pole, so on to the next level. Starting out, there's no need to worry about jumping as this is a quick step section, so just go through it like normal. After reaching the 2D section, we go through it normally for a bit before reaching this problem. There isn't enough height to light dash, which is an issue because that is the only path that would allow us to progress with the level. So unfortunately, we must forsake the trail of rings and continue on, leading us to get stopped by this box, ending the level. The good thing about most of this stage is that most of the enemies are actually optional. You can just walk right by them, assuming they don't want to give our meat the old clap and slap, thus making us fight for our lives. After fighting the mini-boss, we immediately slide off the ledge and kill kill ourselves. The next time we just barely clear the distance. Don't ask me how that was possible. Unfortunately, we are not able to clear the gap to get to the other side. I tried getting as much height as I could from the wall, and even with that, I just barely fell short in clearing it, so that's the end of the level. Starting out, immediately we have one of the hardest light speed dashes in this challenge. Over and over I tried to clear this laser grid. I tried forward dashes, side dashes, straight up homing into them. It was great. Theoretically, it is possible to clear it with the perfect light dash, homing attacking the top of the laser grid, allowing us to get hit and fall to the other side. I've gotten close, but just barely falling short. Instead of ending here, however, let's see what the rest of this level looks like if you were to manage to pass it. After clearing the quick time event, you want to try and take the shortcut. While you can get pretty far on the bottom route by doing some very precise homing attacks and boosts, unfortunately at some point you will meet your end. In order to proceed, you have to do this very specific sideways light dash as well as a boost to just barely clip the rail and go on the upper path, skipping the whole section entirely. Reaching the 2D section, we immediately fail. Great. After smacking Dark Gaia with Chip for a bit, we reach Sonic's section. You would think with these purple tentacles, you would immediately be stopped and be forced to finish the run here. Luckily, that is not the case. If you hit the tentacles head on, you can actually go right through them. Sounds good, right? The problem is that there's a timer counting down and you waste about 2 seconds. Doesn't sound too bad until you realize you have to do this multiple times, which quickly adds up. We make it through the grind rail section by rail hopping over the tentacle, allowing us to beat the first section with relative ease. Going through the second section, we immediately get slammed by more tentacles. This isn't an issue as we can keep going before getting smacked again. Oh my! Going through the quick time event, I fail? What the hell? And somehow after having to get smacked again, I make it through with only 71 milliseconds to spare. My cheeks were actually clenched that entire time. The third section is where I wanted to actually pull my hair out. You have to be almost perfect with your movements, otherwise you will not have enough rings to tank all these mandatory hits. Maybe you just get sniped out of nowhere, or you immediately fall down the same tiny gap over and over. This took me so long to do, so I will just play for you the winning attempt to end this video. Thanks for watching.